Well, hey Kim, I'm Rachel. I'm one of the counselors here at Asbury. What can I do for you today?
Well, I talked to one of my professors, and she said that I should schedule an appointment with a therapist at Asbury to just kind of talk about what's going on in my life right now.
Okay. Well, I'd love to hear what's going on and see if there's any way I can help.
Okay. Well, I guess I feel a little overwhelmed right now, because first of all, I graduate in May, and I don't have a job lined up. I'm doing an internship right now, and there's been like possible talk of a job, but I'm not sure that I want that position. But I kind of feel like I have to take it. I need to take it if it comes available. But at the same time, I've not done anything as far as like put in resumes or applications for other positions. I just feel like really busy right now, so I don't really feel like I've made time to do that. And I have a lot of family issues going on right now. My niece, she just turned 16, and she thought that she was pregnant. And her mom was a teen mom, so I know that that's like a cycle. So I was really concerned about her, and we went from having like a lot of contact to like no contact hardly. And her dad's crazy because like he's like extreme holiness. So he's really, really religious, which is fine, but his views on things are not the same as mine, I guess. And I know that it's not okay for me to like pass judgment on him or whatever, but his the way he thinks is she should marry this guy if she gets pregnant. And now that we found out that she's not pregnant, he is allowing this kid to come over every single day and spend time with her. And in my mind, I think if I were the parent, I would like beat the kid up. Not really, but I would want to and be like, you're not ever gonna see my daughter again. Do you know what I mean? And this kid, also I feel bad because I substitute at the school where this kid goes to school, and I feel like I have passed judgment on this kid, and I don't want to, but I stress, like I've seen my sister go through so many like bad relationships and abusive relationships with drugs and physical abuse. Like I have high expectations for her, and I know this kid personally, and he's like fell in school, he doesn't have his license, and he's of age to have his license. He's just like a punk. I mean, like he smokes behind the school, he gets into fights. I mean, it's not somebody ideally, or you know, that you want for somebody you care about, you know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy because she switched schools, and then it went downhill. Like at the school that she was at before, she had some boyfriends or whatever, but they were like really good kids. I mean, they were active in the school, they were nice to her.
So what I hear you saying is that you are feeling like you have a big burden on you.
Yes.
Because you want the best for her, and she either is not listening to your advice because she doesn't want to hear it from you,
Right.
or her parents aren't consistently parenting the same way
Right.
that you would want them to, or even that they should.
Right.
You know, to be good parents, to be cautious and taking care of their daughter. Is that what I hear you saying?
Right. And what's frustrating is like when I talk to her about it, I get so upset because I'm like, you know, why are you doing this? You know, you've never acted out like this before. And she has made many times the comment that she knows she is too good for this kid, and that those were her words. She doesn't know why she's with him, but then she says like when she tries to break up with him, he goes crazy, which raises another red flag. And you know, so it's just like but she gets frustrated at me, you know, or with me, because she's like, it's not your business, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but I don't want her to do that, you know. And I know I can't control that, but it's frustrating.
So you find it hard to focus on your life and your circumstance because you want to help take care of her.
Right.
So you've put your life on the back burner.
Yes.
Okay. I can see how that can be really overwhelming.
Yeah.
Definitely overwhelming.
Yeah.
back to you saying about school and graduating and this job, what is it about this job that you believe you might be offered that you don't want about it?
First of all, the pay is like lower 20,000s. That is not. I have had jobs that did not require a college education where I made that much money, and the thing is with the student loans that I have, that is not going to pay my student loans, gas to Lexington because I live in Richmond, and then on top of that, we are talking about having a baby. That wouldn't even pay for daycare. So I mean, like weighing out my options, I mean, it just isn't realistic for me to take a job with that low of pay, and I kind of feel overqualified to do some of the things they do. I mean, they when the kids up and move out, we have to clean the apartments, and the apartments are disgusting, like bad, disgusting. I don't want to do that. I'm not saying that I'm too good to do that, because I understand that, being a social worker is not all rainbows and whatever. But I mean, to do that all the time, to work for a company where they're too cheap, literally, that's it. They're just too cheap to hire somebody or to even pay the kids that are in the program to clean the apartments to get some extra money. It's annoying and it's frustrating, and I just, I don't know. I would like to find a job with more clinical work, I guess, and less case management.
What are some things you like about that position?
They're really family oriented, so like if I had kids, I could literally bring them to work with me and it not be a problem. Like people are in and out of the office. On the independent living side where I work, there's like 5 people in the whole building. Everybody has their own office, and pretty much it's like you do what you want to do. You get, I think, like 30 days off a year.
Wow.
I mean, it's good vacation time. It's not a big deal if anything comes up and you don't need to be at work. It's not a big deal. So they're kind of really lenient about that, and that would be really awesome if you had kids.
So I hear some good things, and I hear some things that aren't really on the top of your priority list. But in regards to you wanting to plan a family and at least having a stable job, it seems like this may be something that would work straight into your schedule.
Right.
But what I hear you saying is that you feel overqualified for this position because with a master's degree or any college education and having to make payments on that education, it's not feasible to meet your needs.
Right. And my husband's supportive, but he's even made the comment that I don't need to take this job. First of all, because you're on call 24/7. So, I mean, if I go on vacation, I mean, I've heard other case managers talk about they would be on vacation and they get phone calls from their kids and have to walk away and deal with, and it's kind of like, I don't want to do that. I mean, like, I kind of feel like your family is really important too. And if I'm on vacation with my family and I miss a call from one of my kids that are in like a crisis situation, then, it's really, it's a lot of stress to deal with, I feel like. And I just don't know if I want that, especially where the pay is so low. To be on call 24/7, 365 days a year, that's a big responsibility.
That is a big responsibility.
Yeah, and you have to, I mean, if there's a situation and the kid needs you, then you got to drive to their apartment, which you have to do weekly visits anyways, and you pay your own gas. You pay, the wear and tear on your car. So overall, it's just not what I want or need to do.
So in your ideal situation, what would you like to do?
I would like to do some sort of marriage or family counseling.
And have you looked at different organizations that offer that position?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm so stressed out about stuff. I go home, I do my schoolwork, and I work at my agency, and then when I come home, I'm like OCD about my house, so I'm constantly cleaning and doing laundry and making sure everything is like, and then I sit down, do my homework, and then by that time, like, I'm so exhausted that I just want to go to sleep.
It sounds like you're trying to balance a lot of different things that don't really fit into a schedule.
Right.
There's a lot of things that come in that that mess up a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you a planner, someone who likes
Yes.
lists? So
Yes.
when something is not on your list or doesn't go by the plan that you had, does it get you flustered?
Yes, it stresses me out. Like when I got the phone call, I was at work, and I got the phone call from my mom saying, I mean, she was like so upset, saying that my niece may be pregnant. I mean, I did not expect that. I had to drop what I was doing, and because I had to compose myself. I mean, I was so upset because I've seen I know what teen pregnancy does to a family, and I know what that does to the parents and the mom. And it's not okay. It's a really bad situation, and you just don't want that for somebody who you care about so much, you know? So, yeah, and then I'm also, like, I'm a stressor, so that's constantly on my mind, and then, you know, I'm sure I drive my husband crazy because I'm constantly talking about it.
What are some things that you like to do for yourself?
I like to go to the gym when I can, but that's not very often. I honestly enjoy cleaning. So as crazy as that sounds, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a stress reliever for me. I enjoy spending time with my friends and family mostly. Like, I mean, I've got a lot of cousins that I can call at any time, and we will just go shopping or out to eat or whatever. So I like to do that. And we just recently got a puppy, which I feel like has added stress, but at the same time, I feel better. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I understand. It's like there's something to take care of that always brings you joy.
Yeah.
And will always fulfill.
Yeah.
You know, that happiness.
Right. It's been nice.
Well, I'm glad that you have that. How is this affecting your relationship with your husband?
He's always been extremely supportive. Like, he has been in my life since, well, I don't know, this will be like 12 years. So he has seen everything that's happened with my family, my nieces, my sister, and my niece's father. And he tries to be understanding, but also at a certain point he is kind of like, you have to stop letting this control your life. Like, you know, he thinks that I shouldn't stress about it so much. But at the same time, I mean, I can't control that, you know what I mean? But it puts me almost in a bad mood, so I don't think he likes that. And he shouldn't have to, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Maybe we can come up with some ways that allow you to retreat a little bit and do something for each other together that doesn't involve having to figure out family plans or fixing the family. You know, maybe like a date night or something.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that?
We do. I mean, usually at least like once a weekend, we usually go out either to a movie or out to eat or call in food and go pick it up or rent movies. I mean, we have our time.
Do you find those times to be relaxing?
Yeah.
And stress free?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you look forward to those times?
Yes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good to know that he is supportive and there for you, even in the midst of family crisis and trials.
Right.
So we need to figure out a plan, because you like to plan. So we need to figure out a plan of starting to look for some jobs and taking that time for yourself, because ultimately your niece will make her own decisions, and you need to make your decisions for your life as well. And if you are in a situation where you feel less stressed on your own life, you may be able to give more of yourself to your niece without feeling stressed, but more of a willingness to get involved, as opposed to it being an obligation.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what are ways which we can look at career planning?
I mean, I am I have an account through the state, like, to apply for jobs. I don't remember my password or my username, but those are things that I can figure out. And also I think that to become, like, a member of, like, other job websites, I guess, I could do that. But I just have to set aside time to do that.
Now, because you're a planner, do you feel like it may be helpful to you to sit down and plan day by day how many jobs you're going to look at for the day, or how many you're going to apply for, or kind of set up more of a schedule?
Yeah, probably. Or, I mean, I know, like, when I graduated from my undergrad, what I did was I searched the website every single night and applied for any other opening that had been listed in the surrounding counties. But the first time that I became a member of the job site, I applied for every opening position that night. I'm like, if I sit down and just do it, then I would rather get it all done and then just kind of keep up day to day to knock out all that the first time.
So do you feel like you can set aside some time in the next week to do that again?
I think so. I mean, at least maybe over the weekend I can do that.
Now, how is your homework load?
I have a lot, and I'm a procrastinator. So
you're a procrastinator and a planner.
Yes. Yes. And it is, I don't know, I don't really like to procrastinate, but at the same time, it's, I feel like I'm almost not left with the option, because I have so much going on that I'm just trying to, like, get stuff done as I can do it.
Now, is there something that you can put lower on the list of priorities to put your homework there? Do you feel?
No, not really. I really don't, because, I mean, really, it's school and then work and the dog now and then my house. So I feel like all those are really important. You know?
And your husband.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would rather spend time with him, you know, than to do other things. But I'm sure he would appreciate if I looked for a job.
So you have 3 months left.
Yes.
To finish school and get a job. Now, if you don't finish school, then getting a job isn't as feasible.
Right.
You have to finish school. So that's that we can make a huge priority is finishing school, so you don't have that burden anymore. So you don't have to come home to homework or anything involving school. Something to look forward to is that when you do graduate and get a job, most often once you leave the workplace for the day, you leave the workplace for the day.
Yes.
You don't have to bring it home.
Yes.
And it seems like that's a big stress on you right now, because what you do now is on call 24/7, and on top of that with homework and just living.
Right.
You know, the responsibilities of living, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the house, your husband, the dog, all those kind of things. So that's something to look forward to. So in 3 months, though this is a stressful time with prioritizing and having many different avenues to go down and having to be successful at all of them, really, that can be a little stressful to figure out what comes first. And I think that you're doing a good job at prioritizing, and I think with your niece, it was almost like the kicker of, oh no, what do I do now?
Right.
It seemed as if everything, even though it was stressful and a lot, it was still lined up in order and taken care of. But now with this extra stress, you may not feel like there's time for something, and you're trying to figure out what is going to have to go, or what is something you're going to start slacking in. And you don't want to slack, because I can see that you want to be successful and get a job, knowing the worth of your work, knowing how well you can participate and contribute to your job. So it sounds like we need to figure out, again, a task list of priorities. Maybe having one day over the week you take your niece out and focus on that for the day. Another thing being homework. Another one being looking at the job. Another one being a cleaning day. you don't have to clean every day
Right.
to keep a clean house. And I'm sure your husband will be very supportive if you decide to alter your schedule slightly so you can fit in everything that you need to.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Is there anything else that's going on that you feel like you can't handle?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't know. Like I said, I just basically felt a little overwhelmed with everything that's going on. So, I don't know.
Okay. Well, we want to make sure that your schoolwork doesn't slack, especially being here at Asbury.
Right.
We want you to be as successful as you possibly can be, and within that success, you do a lot of learning and growing, and from that learning and growing, you'll be able to bring that into the professional setting and be even more successful there. So you do recognize that that is a pattern, and it starts now with discipline and determination and motivation to be able to accomplish those short-term goals so more long-term goals can be put into place.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is there anything else I can do for you today?
I don't think so.
Okay. If possible, if you do find some time, it would be great for when we meet next week just to create a list, because I know you like lists.
Yeah.
Create a list of things that that you do during the week, and maybe the order that you do them in. And you said that you're a procrastinator in school, so maybe recognizing that and putting a list in it, and if you put your homework higher on the list of priorities, perhaps it'll get accomplished sooner rather than later, and then other things can also fall into place and have increased time management skill.
Okay.
Okay, so next week come in with a list of what you do day to day or week to week, and we can prioritize them together and see if there's a way where we can adjust the schedule, even with everything you have to do, to make you more successful in those areas. Does that sound good? Okay.
Yeah.